Welcome. Join me as I explore and camp through northern Namibia. My favorite country in Africa, it's full of beautiful landscapes, incredible wildlife, and interesting people. I woke up early this morning and took down camp so I could get to the top of the nearby hill and see the sunrise behind the falls. The views didn't disappoint. These falls are very out of the way from a lot of the other things to see in Namibia. With the other side of the river being Angola, this is as far north as you can go in Namibia. After capturing the sunrise, I headed south. I picked up a local on the way who I met through the couple that runs the campground I was staying at, and he was to take me to my first Himba village of the day. Visiting a Himba village is not as difficult as you might think. The Himba are very similar to the Amish in America in that they live traditional lives in a modern world. At a certain age, every Himba person decides whether they want to continue living traditionally or leave the tribe and live modern. The best way to visit a Himba tribe is to talk to whoever runs the place you're staying. They can hook you up with a local Himba person who lives modern and can act as an interpreter or guide. Usually, you arrange to pick them up in the morning and head to the grocery store where you'll buy some goods, usually corn maize, as a gift for the village. You then head to the village, which is usually the village they grew up in. Once there, your guide will present your gifts to the chief, and if he accepts them, you're welcome into the village. And they are very welcoming. They all usually want to talk to you, ask you questions, and show you all their huts. So essentially, if the chief says you're in, you're in. There wasn't much activity in this village, so I didn't spend too long here before heading south to my second Himba village of the day, which was just north of Apua, where I should be camping for the night. I won't actually be camping in the village, but in a camping area just up the canyon from it. It'll be within walking distance, so I'll be able to be in the village when the herds come back from grazing and dinner's being cooked. This is really exciting because all the villages I've been to so far have been in the middle of the day, when the herds are gone and watering and grazing and everyone's just laying around in the shade and staying cool. There should be a lot more activity at this visit, and I should get to spend most of the day with them. When I arrived, as I suspected, there was not much going on other than a few women taking smoke baths. I took a few pictures and then headed up the canyon to set up camp and take care of some domestic duties. I usually can go about 7 days before I really have to do laundry, but in this part of the world, when you find a sink this prime, you do as much laundry as you can, because they don't come around very often. After laundry and having my own dinner, it was time to walk over to the Himba village and see what was going on.
As you can see, that big it's
They make corn maze twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, and they make it in these clay pots that they also make by hand here in the village. Corn maze is about 95% of what their diet consists of. They have meat every once in a while, but not as often as they used to due to reduction in herd size because of droughts and lack of areas for them to graze. As they made dinner, I was able to capture one of my favorite shots of the whole trip, and I could see the energy building up to what would be some after-dinner liveliness. I didn't expect to get to see this part of Himba life, and the low light made it pretty hard to film, but it was one of the highlights of the trip.